Minnesota Wild back at home tonight. They welcome the Edmonton Oilers to the Xcel Energy Center, looking to continue their surge through the Western Conference standings. The victory puck wall inside the Wild locker room shows that their recent success away from home and then a home win against Dallas has them starting a new row of wins. They are inside the top 8 for the first time since November. 69 points has them sitting 8th in the Western Conference. Inside the Xcel Energy Center with Mike Greenlay, I'm Anthony LaPanta. This recent surge from Minnesota, 13-2-2 in their last 17, has optimism again surrounding this franchise and prompted general manager Chuck Fletcher to pull the trigger on a deal just announced.
Yeah, Sean Bergenheim from Florida will come to the Minnesota Wild. He's a Finnish left winger, a good two-way left winger. The Wild do give up a third next season, and of course the Wild, a third, and then a 7th-round pick come back the other way. But Sean Bergenheim is a good forward with about 18 points this year. Hasn't played since the last time Florida was here in Minnesota. Not getting eye-to-eye things going on with him and his coach in Florida. He's an unrestricted free agent, so he was the kind of guy that will probably be easy to move, and that's why the Wild were able to get him.
Mikael Granlund has been on top of his game lately for Minnesota.
Well, he's a two-way centerman. I mean, he really has played that way. We all think of him as a great playmaker and a scorer, but the fact is that Granlund plays great at both ends of the ice. Mike Yeo trusts him in all areas of the game, and he's starting to show that. Took him a few games to get back off that wrist injury, but boy, is he really starting to light it up now. And Mikael Granlund is the kind of player the Wild desperately need to play well down the stretch.
Granlund, a +5 player in the last 2 games for Minnesota. The Wild look to keep it rolling on home ice tonight. They also hope the penalty kill can continue its dominant play since the All-Star break. We'll show you why they've been effective next. For nearly 3 months, the Wild were on the outside looking in at the Western Conference playoffs. Now they've clawed their way back into contention and currently hold a ticket to the NHL's 2nd season. Minnesota has found its game again and has the home ice advantage to lean on. Tonight, the State of Hockey says hello to a playoff team looking to climb even higher in the standings as the season nears its final turn. It's the Oilers of the Wild, next on Fox Sports North. For the first time since November, the Wild hit the ice inside of the top 8 in the Western Conference, and they welcome the Edmonton Oilers to the Xcel Energy Center tonight. Our Northland Ford starting goaltenders.
Now, Ben Scrivens has never beaten the Wild. 0-2 last year and 0-1 this year. That was a couple games ago, whereas Devan Dubnyk this season, both in an Arizona Coyotes sweater and a Minnesota Wild sweater, is 5-0 against these Oilers.
You see the starting lines for Minnesota at the bottom of your screen. Same forward combos that Mike Yeo has had in place for the last 3 games. Oilers bring it in with Eberle. Eberle winds and fires a kick save by Dubnyk. Included in that stretch was Minnesota's 4-0 win in Edmonton on the recent road trip. Ryan Suter carries down low and centered. Pominville was tied up out front. Niederreiter has it along the end boards for Minnesota. Knocked off of his stick. Pominville tries to support. Niederreiter delivers a hit. Scandella pinches to hold. But now the Oilers have it behind the net, and Gordon starts it out ahead. Leaves it back for Schultz. Edmonton will change. Justin Schultz, former high-scoring defenseman at the University of Wisconsin. 40 goals during his 3-year career with the Badgers. Mikael Granlund has it in the Minnesota zone. Plays it across, and Matt Dumba sends it ahead. Fontaine was able to deflect it in. Scrivens will play it. Marincin taps ahead, and the Oilers are efficiently out to center. Purcell has it knocked away by Dumba, but this will be icing against Minnesota. Face-off back in the Wild zone.
Well, Mike Yeo wants to protect against any malaise in this game, and Wild forechecking early shows that he obviously had the obviously reminded him, but they may not need that much more reminding, because they know that the Oilers under Todd Nelson are playing a little bit better brand of hockey, and they certainly have no real pressure on them by any means. They will not see the postseason this year, and they're a spoiler alert right here.
Puck tipped into the Minnesota zone, but then played back out. Petrie has it for the Oilers. Drops it back to Ferentz. And then ahead for Hendricks, who tips it into the Minnesota zone. Ryan Suter back to play it. It goes off the skate of Charlie Coyle. Coyle sends it in behind for Suter and ahead for Schrader. Schrader tied up and then played around behind the net. Scooped up by Jonas Brodin, who carries ahead for the Wild. Charlie Coyle at the Edmonton line, dumps it in. Coyle, Vanek, Schrader, the forwards here for Minnesota. Coyle played it to the point, but Brodin had headed off on a change. Nate Prosser drives it in for Minnesota. Coyle along the boards, intercepts. Now Vanek has it. Vanek turns it across for Prosser, and Prosser sends it down low. Schrader there for Minnesota. Has it knocked off of his stick. He's tied up along the boards by Gordon. And Petrie emerges with the puck for the Oilers. Minnesota will change as Edmonton comes back the other way. Klinkhammer at center ice, flips it into the Minnesota zone. Arakaula tries to tip to the corner. The Oilers have it. Back out to the point. Fane fanned on it. And Veilleux intercepts for Minnesota. Brodziak from center ice dumps it in. Veilleux in on the forecheck. Scrivens sweeps it up along the boards, but Arakaula's there for the Wild. Veilleux in the corner. Scored the game winner against Dallas for the Wild here on Sunday night. His first game-winning goal since December of 2008 when he scored a shorthanded goal against Carolina. Veilleux plays it in behind for Brodziak. Brodziak knocked down from behind by Marincin. Brodziak still on his feet, but the Oilers have the puck. And they come to center. Nugent Hopkins dumps it into the Minnesota zone. Matt Dumba back to play it for the Wild. He's shoved up against the boards by Nugent Hopkins, and Everly has it to the point for Schultz. His shot blocked out front. Pouliot with a chance. That Scandella got a piece of that.
Well, that caught Dumba right in the side, and he was trying to protect and get a good body position on the forward in front of the net, and that shot came and hit him right in the ribs.
Klefbom back to play it for the Oilers across to Schultz. Schultz sidesteps Pominville, still with the puck as the Oilers complete a change. Across to Klefbom. Klefbom's play at center is tipped in by Roy. Jonas Brodin back to pick it up for Minnesota. Around to Pominville. Pominville to Koivu at center. Koivu's pass then behind Pominville. And it deflects up and out of play. Our Toyota key stat shows you how the Wild have restored their dominance on home ice. They won 7 of their first 8, but then lost 11 of 15, and you can see they were outscored by 12 goals over that stretch. The last 6, they've been dominant here. 6 in a row and a +14.
Well, when you look at the way that goes up and down, it's around the same time where the Wild were falling out of the playoff picture and then moving themselves back into the playoff picture. And so you have to win at home. There's no question about that. The Wild have been able to find that pace again.
Petrie sends it down low for Edmonton. Ryan Suter has it there for Minnesota. Out of the reach of Brodin and picked up by Purcell. Into the corner. Purcell and Brodin converge on the loose puck. Fontaine tries to chip it out for Minnesota. Frazier holds for Edmonton. And the loose puck. Purcell tied up by Suter, and it comes out to neutral ice. Play's been a bit choppy here in the first 5 minutes on each side. Only one shot on goal, and that came early for Edmonton. Granlund comes to center ice. Flips it into the Oilers zone. Klefbom back to pick it up. Hendricks tied up from behind. Lost the puck to Parise. Parise puts on the brakes to Prosser. Prosser fires. Saved by Scrivens. And he covers.
The Wild have been using their D so well lately, and the D have responded by making themselves available in a lot of plays. Prosser stepped his game up as well, and this little play, everyone's concentrating down in the corner to Parise, and so they should, because Parise and Granlund there making a couple little trades with the puck. And people forgot about Nate Prosser, and he stepped in with a good high shot there that Scrivens had to wrestle with a little bit.
Scrivens making his 4th consecutive start for the Oilers. Victor Fast injured and out for a bit. Scrivens in the last 3. A 2.94 goals against and a save percentage just a shade over 90. Hasn't had a lot of luck against the Wild. He's 0-3 against Minnesota in his career.
Still like him as a goaltender. He's seen some tough games and some tough defensive structure in front of him, but it's been not a fun time against the Minnesota Wild.
Saw those numbers against Minnesota in his career, an 86.7 save percentage. Prosser back to pick it up. Hit by Hendricks on the play. Christian Folin there for Minnesota.
He didn't have to wait long before playing the Wild when getting traded to the Edmonton Oilers. They faced the Wild here last year on the day he came in.
Wild play this one out to neutral ice. Mark Fayne back to pick it up for Edmonton. Their assistant captain turns it ahead. Klinkhammer fires it in from the red line, and Dubnyk covers up with Klinkhammer nearby. Speaking of goaltenders in head-to-head matchups, very different for Devan Dubnyk against the Oilers.
Well, and as I mentioned, he's done it for two teams. Obviously, he was with Arizona earlier this year and faced the Oilers, but he just continued that stretch and even pushed it even better with the Minnesota Wild. And, you know, going into last game, he had a .98 goals against facing the Oilers this year in his 4 games. And you think, well, there's only one way to make that average go down, and that is to get a shutout, which he did. That's why he's at .79. That's a little ridiculous, but has never given up more than 1 goal against the Oilers this year, and of course the shutout last game.
128 saves on 132 shots in those 5 head-to-head meetings. The shutout is 6th of the year. Only Marc-Andre Fleury of the Penguins has more.
Been so calm back there too, and I think that calming influence, we've talked about it plenty, and Mike Yeo knows that he can have the team playing their system when he's back there and they're confident in him, and that's been the role here. 18 straight games for the Minnesota Wild since he was traded here.
Gazdic with it for Edmonton. His pass to the point, off target. Comes all the way down into Edmonton territory. Klefbom to play it there for the Oilers. Near turnover, but Schultz able to recover the puck, and Gazdic sends it into the Minnesota zone. Oilers changing as Scandella goes back to play it. Tied up by Klinkhammer. Vanek tips it out to neutral ice. Nugent Hopkins there for the Oilers. Back to Petrie in his own zone. Nugent Hopkins races into Wild territory as it poked off of his stick by Scandella. Scandella then plays ahead to Brodziak, who carries it out for Minnesota. Cross ice pass too far for Vanek. Wild will complete their change as Eberle has it for the Oilers. Nugent Hopkins into the Minnesota zone. Puts on the brakes, back to Petrie. His shot blocked, and Erik Haula has it. Suter with him. Haula tried to get it across to Suter, who was breaking toward the net, but the pass was deflected, and the Oilers able to disrupt the Wild's 2-on-1.
Yeah, you don't see Suter jump into the play that often, but when he finds an opportunity, he goes. Obviously, when you play the minutes that he does, you have to manage your minutes very well, and so he's not always making those breakaway jumps into the play.
Oilers onside. Roy has his shot blocked, and Haula plays it out to neutral ice. Wild trying to change. Fayne sends it right back in. Purcell dumps to the corner. Dubnyk there for Minnesota. Around behind for Christian Folin. Cross ice, tape to tape. Sends Brodziak in. Brodziak flips to Parise, breaking for the net. And Schultz got a piece of it. The Oilers start back with Derek Roy at center ice. Roy drops it back for Fraser, taken away by Granlund. His pass behind Fontaine, but Fontaine able to negate the icing. Hustles into the corner. Parise's going to take a penalty here for Minnesota. He got his stick tangled up with Schultz. And Edmonton will go on the game's first power play when we return.
Well, we'll be shorthanded here in a 0-0 game with the Oilers. Hard to believe it was 35 years ago today when the U.S. team in 1980, the Miracle on Ice team rallied to get the gold medal against Finland. They were in Lake Placid this past weekend to celebrate their reunion. One of the players there, former Grand Rapids star player Bill Baker, instrumental in getting to the medal round by scoring the tying goal against Sweden in the first game with the goaltender out of the net. And this weekend he reflected on his former teammate and friend, the late Bob Suter.
He was a big part of this team. He didn't play a lot in the Olympics, but he was a big part. He was kind of one of those guys that just the ultimate teammate. And a great guy. I hated him when he played for Wisconsin, but I loved him when he played for us.
A great weekend, but certainly a bittersweet weekend for the Miracle on Ice team, guys. Still the greatest sporting event I ever saw.
Unbelievable. And on this day that win over Finland took place, as Kevin mentioned, the United States came from down a goal to win 4-2.
Isn't that always the best compliment? Hated to play against them, loved to play with them.
An emotional weekend, I'm sure, for all of those members of the 1980 U.S. team. Raised the jersey of Bob Suter into the rafters. Here the Wild shorthanded with 90 seconds left in the Edmonton power play. Schultz goes back to pick it up for the Oilers. Edmonton's power play has scored 4 times in the last 4 games. 4 for 11 over that stretch. 36%. Wild on the kill. Best in the league since the All-Star break. 32 of 33. Shorthanded chance here for Minnesota. Vejuta Haula. Haula in shorthanded. Off the post. And Pouliot has it for Edmonton.
A good speed there. Tried to lean in and fire that one on the backhand and just didn't catch Scrivens going the opposite way enough.
Fraser plays to the corner. Petrie settles it down up high. Purcell into the middle. Fraser. Fraser looking, fires, pad save. Dubnyk and Fontaine clears for Minnesota.
Oh, here's the post by Haula. He just lifted it, caught the edge of the glove, and rang one off the pipe on a shorthanded attempt there by the Wild.
Dubnyk tries to slow it down. Prosser has his clearing attempt deflected away by Hamilton. Out to the point. Roy across for Petrie. Petrie fires. That hits Scandella. Scandella goes down in a heap.
Well, he doesn't like this Oiler team. They got cut playing against the Oilers in Edmonton just 2 games ago, and this one he takes a slapper off the foot.
Roy centers, caught in the skates, and then cleared by Haula. Parise just out of the penalty box, so it'll be icing against Minnesota. Scandella limps to the bench. He'll be the only player allowed to change.
Slap shot from the point, caught him on the skate. Petrie fired it, and you just see right off the ankle. I don't have to tell anyone who's ever played hockey or ever put on a pair of hockey skates that the leather is very thin right there.
Haula wins the draw for Minnesota. Ryan Suter carries it ahead. Brodziak dumps it into the Edmonton zone, and the Wild will complete their change. Marincin to Klinkhammer, turned back in by Fontaine. Marincin tied up by Granlund. They both go down. Brodin able to hold the zone. Parise hustles over, but the Oilers clear. And it's all the way down into Wild territory. Dubnyk leaves it there for Brodin. Plus-minus leader for Minnesota this year. Brodin at +17. Klinkhammer broke his stick. And the puck comes back through neutral ice. Schultz pestered by Parise as he plays it across to Klefbom. Pouliot carries into the Minnesota zone, works his way around Brodin, finally goes down on the play, and Brodin dumps it ahead for Granlund. Ryan Suter unable to deflect. Everly with a chance. They score. Pouliot on the backdoor feed from Everly, and a slow start for the Wild has Edmonton in front 1-0.
The Oilers didn't get a lot of opportunities on that power play, but they kept skating after the Wild killed it off. The Wild actually got a very good breakaway chance that went off the post by Haula, but it's the Oilers who just continue to press, and the Wild just don't get it out of the zone. A little miscue there at the blue line, and so often we see that. Those key areas of the ice, the offensive blue line, the defensive blue line just gets the puck back the other way, and when that happens, you're chasing. Wild chased all the way to the top of the net. Just couldn't get Pouliot, who puts one home.
Number 14, Jordan Everly, and number 84, Oscar.
Wild have gone 11 and a half minutes with one shot on goal in this game. The Oilers have been the better team out of the gates. Charlie Coyle in for Minnesota. His shot knocked down and then covered by Scrivens. We're going to draw 1-0 Edmonton.
Well, let's look at the penalty kill for the Wild. Here's the posture initially by the Wild. Look at that wide box in the middle of the ice, but watch it collapse down as they try to move the puck down and through the middle. There's the pitch back to Eberle, and then stop it right here. Watch how the Wild just collapse back and really take away the middle of the ice, and it forces Eberle to go wide, and they get it broken up a little bit, but the Wild doing a very good job. Wes Walz talked about that in our pregame show a few games ago, and we showed you again in our open tonight that the Wild trying to take away a lot of the middle of the ice and forcing teams to dump that puck in so that they just can't come in under control. That's such a positive for a team when they control the puck moving into the offensive zone on the power play.
Wild with the kill early, now 33 of 34 since the break. Edmonton, however, scored shortly thereafter at even strength. Charlie Coyle out to the point for Dumba, across to Scandella. Scandella tried to go back across to Dumba, and Minnesota's fortunate this wasn't a breakaway the other direction. Puckarinen dropped it back to Hamilton. Puckarinen in the corner, tied up by Vanek. Scandella comes away with the puck, spins free from Hendricks. His pass too far for Charlie Coyle, and it'll be icing against the Wild. If you're just joining us, you may have missed the latest edition of the Minnesota Wild. Announced just before the game tonight that Sean Bergenheim has been acquired from Florida. 18 points this season, 95 goals in his NHL career that spans nearly 500 games. 6 years in a row he's had 10 or more goals.
He's a good two-way player and unrestricted, so that made him a prospect to be traded.
Eberle centers. Dubnyk makes the stop on a close-range chance for Nugent Hopkins. Eberle in the corner. Tied up on the play by Coyle. Pouliot across for Schultz. Then to Nugent Hopkins. Back down low for Schultz. Nugent Hopkins off the inboards for Eberle. Been a long shift for Coyle, Schrader, Vanek up front for Minnesota. Wild finally come away with the puck. Dumba off the glass, and Schultz unable to hold the zone. It'll be offside against Edmonton. So pushing and shoving as Schultz was hit as the whistle blew. Purchase the North Stars Goalie Greats Ticket Pack presented by Tradition Mortgage and Tradition Capital Bank, with the Wild host the Blues March 21st at 1 o'clock. Pack includes a lower level ticket, North Star Goalie Greats poster, and pregame autographs with Don Beaupre, Pete Lepresti, John Casey, Gilles Meloche, and Cesar Maniago. Visit wild.com/goalies for tickets.
Oh, good to see Dumba being aggressive. His game has been that much better after going back to the minors, back to the American Hockey League for 20 games, playing big minutes, playing big situations. Mike Yeo feels that was one of the best things for him, and he looks like a lot better player, and he's adding a lot, and now he's starting to add some physical.
Crosser along the boards for Minnesota to Pominville in the corner. Koivu to Niederreiter. Pominville trying to settle it down, but he was tied up by Gazdic. Koivu plays it back down low. Niederreiter delivers a hit in the corner. Gazdic just did get it past Koivu, and then Klinkhammer tips it at neutral ice. Pominville carries back in for Minnesota. Pominville to Niederreiter. Couldn't pull the trigger before Frazier got him tied up. Wild starting to show a little life here in the last half of the first period. Suter back to pick it up for Minnesota. Banks it off the boards. Niederreiter hit from behind by Petrie. Oilers hold the zone. Koivu finally banks it off the wall and out. Minnesota will change. Petrie back in his own zone. Frazier deflects it in for the Oilers. Suter out of the head to Brodin, and then across to Granlund at center. Granlund hits the Edmonton line. Parise waits, fires, saved by Scrivens. Loose puck poked to the boards by Granlund. Granlund works his way along the wall. Flips it into the corner for Parise. Parise back out to the point. A long shot is blocked by Klefbom. Klefbom pressured by Fontaine. Got it to the line. Knocked out of the air there by Brodin. Wild will change. Parise pressures while they do. Puckarinen deflects it at neutral ice, and it'll be icing against the Oilers. Wild will get an offensive zone draw with 5.5 left in the first.
Just jumping back to that Bergenheim trade for the Wild. Bergenheim hasn't played in the last 6 games for the Florida Panthers. Last time he played was here in Minnesota. So he'll get some practice time. I don't know when he would get into the lineup, but also the Wild looking for some depth, and Chuck Fletcher said he would make moves if he was able to add depth, maybe forward and defense.
Vanek to Schrader. His deflection winds up in the corner. Schrader quickly on the puck. Tried to give it to Charlie Coyle. Vanek knocks it out of the air behind the net. Vanek centers. Coyle tied up. Couldn't get a shot away. Now Vanek got it to Schrader. Schrader works his way up high. Cross for Dumba, who's sneaking in from the point. Dumba works his way to the middle. His pass out front. Just out of the reach of Vanek. Schrader back to Scandella for a shot. Loose puck picked up by Coyle. Coyle to Schrader. Centering pass. They score!
Looked like Schrader banked it off someone. Not sure if Vanek got a piece of it or not, but great work by Schrader behind the net. That's the kind of tenacity that you want, and he has brought that since he's found himself a regular in the lineup. Smart play, just gets it to the point, and that's where Scandella just rifles it on net. But it's the work behind the net right here, and he banks it right into the net.
Wild right back in, and Brodziak has it.
13th of the season, number 26.
Thomas Vanek credited with the goal for Minnesota.
Assistant number 10, Jordan Schrader. And number
Schrader gets the assist from behind the net. Charlie Coyle, a helper. Good forecheck for Minnesota, rewarded with the tying goal. Eberle works his way down low, drops it back, they score. And the Oilers have an answer on the second of the night for Pouliot. It doesn't take long, and the tie is broken. Oilers back in front.
Well, for as much trouble as the Oilers had scoring on Dubnyk this season in the 5 games, they've rifled a couple by him in this one, and one was a backdoor feed for Pouliot. This one, a snipe to the glove side on a nice little back drop pass. And you see the hole underneath Dubnyk's arm. Did not lock down the elbows on that quick shot, and was still moving a little bit when it was shot. So the Wild score, but then it's answered quickly by the Oilers.
Eberle and Nugent Hopkins assist on the goal for Edmonton. Second of the night for Pouliot. Pominville tried to get it to Koivu. Oilers start back. Fraser flips it into the Minnesota zone. Dubnyk handles a bouncing puck and hangs on. Vanek ties it for Minnesota, but the Oilers break the tie on the second of the night for Pouliot. 2-1 Oilers. Like you in the Wild, down by 1. Remarkable the similarities last year to this for Minnesota. Through 42 games, the record, the spot in the standings, almost exactly the same. In each case, the 43rd game was a game against the Buffalo Sabres that started a surge for Minnesota. Last year, they rode it to the second round of the playoffs. This year, they have the best record in the NHL from that point.
When we looked at those numbers before this last stretch, it was hard to believe that you could match it. You certainly hoped you could. Really inconceivable that you would go above it, and the Wild have done just that. But they have some work in this game to do.
Scandella plays ahead to Niederreiter. Niederreiter across for Pominville, who's just off target. Dumba fell at center. Niederreiter's knocked down. Pominville fights his way into the Edmonton zone. Minnesota in unfamiliar territory here. Since the All-Star break, they had scored first in 11 of 13 games. Hadn't spent much time at all on the short end on the scoreboard. But here for the second time tonight, they trail the Oilers by 1. Scandella's shot knocked out of the air by Scrivens. Gordon plays it up the boards, and Hendricks has it at neutral ice. Hendricks into the Minnesota zone. His shot deflects off the end glass. Klefbom in from the point, but it's poked away and protected nicely by Dumba. Fights his way up the boards. Granlund to Niederreiter, who kicks it out to neutral ice. Pouliot back for Edmonton. Schultz to Klefbom. And Nugent-Hopkins fires it in. Nugent-Hopkins, the only one of those 3 consecutive #1 overall picks for Edmonton that's in the lineup here tonight. And we're going to have another penalty called here. And for the second time, Parise will head to the box, and the Oilers will head to the power play.
Minnesota penalty number 11, 2 minutes, high stick.
Couple of stick infractions for Zach Parise in this period. A hooking call earlier on in the offensive zone. And then just gets the stick up on Nugent-Hopkins. Trying to lift his stick is what I'm almost 100% sure Parise was trying to do. As Hopkins was going for the loose puck there, lift the stick, was hoping he would just skate right by it.
Second power play chance for Edmonton here in the first period. Petrie comes to center. Forced to the outside by Scandella. Scandella comes away with the puck off the end boards and gets a clear for Minnesota. Wild will change all 4 killers. 90 seconds left in the Edmonton power play. Petrie comes ahead for the Oilers. Roy tried to get it to Puckarinen, and the deflection forced an offside.
What the Wild have to do is give the Oilers a reason not to want to play. And we know that when the Wild are playing that puck possession game and getting pucks deep, like they did in Edmonton, it's very tough to want to play hockey. To watch a team like the Wild skate around with a puck all night long. Have not done that yet in this game. And now they're trying to kill one off here and get, at the very least, into the locker room, only down by 1.
Granlund with a big shorthanded faceoff win allows Minnesota to get another clear. Schultz comes to center. Nugent-Hopkins into the Minnesota zone. Eberle with some room. And his shot is deflected wide. Schultz plays it back to the corner. Eberle's there. To Purcell, fakes the shot. Nugent-Hopkins a drive that goes off the end glass. Eberle tried to get it back to Nugent-Hopkins. Schultz to Nugent-Hopkins along the boards. Eberle back to Schultz. Nugent-Hopkins has his shot deflected wide. Pouliot has it there. Pouliot, the former first-round pick of the Minnesota Wild. We get a whistle as there's a pile up in the corner.
Well, Pouliot with a couple goals in this game. Draft pick of the Minnesota Wild. He signed a 5-year contract in July, giving that number 4 pick in 2005 a little stability. And he hasn't had that. He's been with 5 different teams in the previous 6 seasons, so he's done plenty of bouncing, but when he got a lengthy deal with the Oilers, he decided to latch on to that. A couple of markers in this game.
1 minute remaining.
Final minute of the first period. A half a minute left in the Edmonton power play. Coming into play tonight, Wild had been one of the best first period teams in the NHL this year. Edmonton, one of the worst. And it's been the Oilers that have had the better of the play here in the opening 20.
Really used that first power play as a kind of a springboard.
Menard's game reset. 2 goals for Pouliot, 1 for Vanek. And the Wild trailing by 1, still shorthanded for 16 seconds. Roy will draw against Koivu. And Roy will be removed from the dot. Puckarinen will take his place. A long delay here before we drop the puck. Oilers finally win it. Petrie Works his way back to the middle. Gives it to Roy. Down low, Hamilton tied up on the play by Prosser. Roy sneaks one through for Puckarinen. Out to the point, Petrie, back to Roy. Roy works his way in and then fires wide. Parise's back on. The Wild are at full strength. And a pass just out of the reach of Brodziak, or Minnesota would have had a 2-on-1 the other way. 17 seconds left. It's icing against the Wild.
Boy, did Dubnyk ever have a battle in front of the net. He was chopping and hacking away at one of the Oiler players right at the top of the crease. They're probably giving him a little less space than he would want.
Koivu against Gordon on the draw. Not sure what the delay's been on the faceoff dots here in the first period. Parise got a piece of it. Suter able to deflect it out to neutral ice. Schultz playing catch with Klefbom in their own zone. Klinkhammer to the Minnesota line. Gordon throws one toward the net as the horn sounds, ending the opening 20 minutes here at the Xcel Energy Center with the Oilers on top 2-1.
Well, we know the Wild have a lot more to their game than what we've seen in the first period. They need to ramp it up a little bit to start pressuring the Oilers, and they'll hope that the last place team in the West falls apart.
Our CenturyLink link to what's next. We'll have our NHL insider, the Star Tribune's Michael Russo, joining us. Break down the first period, the Wild's trade, and what's ahead before the trade deadline on Monday. It's coming up during our first intermission. Oilers 2, Wild 1 after 1.
For period number 2, joined by Minnesota assistant Darby Hendrickson. Predictably, a little bit of a letdown by your club in that first period. Now, what needs to happen for your team to get back on top here in the second?
Yeah, I think we can definitely get engaged more, move our feet. I think they're aggressive down the wall. It starts there in our own zone, being strong there, getting support. And when we're moving, we're getting in on our forecheck. That's a big part for us. Certainly, we're moving the puck and making plays, but we're getting in on a forecheck. But it starts in our own zone. We got to support each other, make short passes, and then get our feet moving and get going the other way.
Anthony and Mike, we'll see if the Wild can establish that forecheck and get the all-important next goal in this game here in the second.
Well, that was the game plan when the Wild won twice in Edmonton, forced the Oilers to play in their own zone. Wild were able to do it in spurts in the first period, but not nearly the extended zone time that we saw when the teams met at Rexall Place.
Plays along the wall is something that Darby just talked about, and right there you see a little more concerted effort for the Wild to try and get the puck out in that same circumstance. Good physical play there by Niederreiter, and it forced the Oilers offside, so the Wild, you see how they adjust.
Suter trying to spring Pominville. Pominville able to deflect the puck in. Niederreiter dumped in the corner. Penalty coming against the Oilers. And Minnesota will get their first power play chance of the night a half a minute into the second period.
Well, that's how you draw penalties in the offensive zone.
Number 2, 2 minutes tripping.
Petrie just back in the lineup. Doesn't want to come back in and take the 2-minute minor, but he did get the foot behind the skates of Niederreiter, who was pushing into the offensive zone. See if the Wild can turn this around.
Wild have not had many chances lately. 2 power play goals in their last 7 games. Pominville drops it back to Suter. Across to Koivu. Down low, Vanek to Parise, and he fired it wide.
Great setup. Good quick passing there. You make a couple of quick passes and a shot. A lot of times you'll find that opening that you're looking for.
Oilers have killed only 2 of their last 7 shorthanded situations. Over 5 games, 29% on the kill. Pominville. Across for Mikko Koivu. And then Parise carries it in. Koivu breaks to the net. Parise's pass out of the reach of Vanek, and the Oilers clear to center. Suter banks it off the wall for Pominville. Pominville sends it ahead for Parise and then to Suter. Suter gains the offensive zone. Brings it around behind the net. Scriven's unable to corral it. Clearing attempt knocked down by Koivu. Koivu and Suter collide. Loose puck cleared by Nugent Hopkins. And a disjointed start to the Wild power play. They'll change their attackers. Granlund tried to get it across to Coyle. That was deflected, but Niederreiter dumps it in. Granlund holds for Minnesota. Klefbom had his stick explode on the clearing attempt. Dumba able to hold the zone. See if the Wild can take advantage. Oilers a man down and one man without a stick. Niederreiter out to the point. Brodin gives to Dumba. Works to the middle. Dumba fires. Saved by Scrivens and no rebound.
Great little move there by Dumba to find himself all alone in the slot.
Wild have not had many opportunities with the power play lately. Last 6 games, they've had only 8 chances, fewest in the NHL. After the first 52 games, saw them on the power play among the league's elite.
Surprises me a little bit because when you play in the offensive zone a lot, which the Wild have over this last 16, 17 game stretch, generally you will draw a lot of penalties because you're forcing teams to haul you down or slow you down in some capacity. And haven't gotten the calls there, but here's a 23 seconds to finish this one off if they can get some pucks to the net. Scrivens has not been busy in this game.
Battle in the face-off circle. Fane controls for Edmonton. To the point, Dumba. Across to Brodin. His shot blocked by Hendricks. Brodin able to hold the zone. Tried to get it to Niederreiter in the corner. Fane takes it away, and then Hendricks relays it all the way down. 2 seconds left in the Petrie Minor. And the Oilers are back at full strength. Long pass finds Haula. Haula could not handle it cleanly as he cut through the 2 Oiler defensemen on the play. Marincin ties up with Granlund, and Scrivens covers the loose puck. 100 days left before Fox Sports coverage of the FIFA Women's World Cup begins, where the U.S. Women's National Team will be led by Alex Morgan and Abby Wambach as they take on the best teams in the world in search of their 3rd World Cup championship. The only place you can see the 2015 Women's World Cup is on Fox and Fox Sports 1, beginning in 100 days. Pominville out to Scandella. His shot blocked. Koivu then fires high and wide. Rebound cleared past Folin and all the way down. Scandella back to pick it up for Minnesota. Whips it around for Pominville, who deflects it out to center. Schultz back to pick it up for Edmonton. Justin Schultz. Mentioned earlier, former Wisconsin Badger, played in the national championship game as a freshman. Part of a Badger defensive core that had all 6 players drafted. 5 of them have gone on to play in the NHL. Roy to Frazier. Into the Minnesota zone. Koivu and Roy battling in the corner. Purcell in the corner for Edmonton. Got it to Frazier. Frazier watched by Scandella. And now Koivu with it for the Wild. Banked it off the boards. Ferentz pinches in to hold for Edmonton. Ferentz trying to escape Koivu behind the net. Out to the point. Petrie a shot. That was deflected and knocked down by Dubnyk. Scandella to Pominville. Across for Vanek. Into the Edmonton zone. Vanek spins away from trouble. Then his pass intercepted by Roy. Vanek's dumped on the play. Wild trying to get a change as Scandella drives one in. Fontaine looking for Granlund in the corner, taken away by Petrie. Parisi hustles after the loose puck. Got it to Granlund. Granlund plays across for Suter. Suter to Brodin for a drive right on and a save by Scrivens.
Good flow there on that offensive zone pressure. Granlund starts this one by circling back up to the point. They cycle the puck around nicely. Brodin's had a couple of looks on the back door. This is a great find. Finds a lane across the middle of the slot. Really steps into this one, and Scrivens was already there. Great anticipation. That pass did come from all the way on the other side of the ice, so Scrivens had a little bit of time to get over there.
Fane behind the net. Parisi has it in the corner for Minnesota. Out to the point for Suter. Suter plays back down low. Parisi in the corner. Brodin taps to Parisi. trying to fight off a check. His pass for Suter was deflected. Brodin has it at center ice. Knocked off the puck by Hendricks, who's in. Hendricks double teamed along the boards, and Brodin got it to Fontaine. Justin Fontaine, one of the hottest scorers for Minnesota, has his pass fired right back into the Wild zone. Parise banks it off the wall. Fontaine trying to work his way around Gordon. He goes down in the corner. Klefbom for Klinkhammer, who tips it into the Wild zone. Dubnyk out aggressively to play it, but Gordon's the first man on it. Klinkhammer tried to center. That's taken away by Prosser, who slides it ahead for Brodziak. And now Erik Haula into the Edmonton zone. Haula fires over the top of the goal. Brodziak holds for Minnesota. Tried to center. Veilleux was there, but it was tipped away by Schultz. And now Klinkhammer taps it through neutral ice. Christian Folin back for the Wild. Haula grabs a loose puck. Haula's been visible here for Minnesota. Haula fires, knocked down by Scrivens. Haula recovers, got it to Folin. His shot blocked by Gazdic. Lost his stick on the play. Folin works his way to the middle, fires, and it got through. Scrivens deflects it to the corner.
Folin has a heavy shot. I'm not so sure that didn't hit Gazdic in the hand, and that's why he dropped his stick.
Vanek back in for Minnesota. Lost it for a moment, has it back. Centers! He was looking for Haula, breaking in on the backside, and Pouliot just got enough of it to break it up.
Well, you know Vanek will find you if you're finding open ice. Vanek has that vision that will find guys on the back door and across the ice.
Dumba out through neutral ice, deflected in by Vanek. Schrader quickly in on the forecheck. He blasts Petrie in the corner. Ference has the puck. Petrie across for Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins with speed into the Minnesota zone. Drops to Pouliot, who fires, and it deflects out of play. Thomas Vanek looking for Erik Haula as the Wild look for the tying goal here in St. Paul. We'll have a special KG cam that'll follow Kevin Garnett throughout the night, tomorrow night on the broadcast. A reminder that you can catch the Kevin Garnett press conference about his return to the Twin Cities immediately following our Wild Live postgame show tonight. Justin Schultz back in his own zone for the Oilers. Nugent-Hopkins trying to work free from Pominville. Cut off by Niederreiter. He plays it back to Klefbom, and Eberle's in. Eberle carries into the Minnesota zone. Schultz with a shot, and it's held by Dubnyk.
Well, Schultz stepping in. He's one of those defensemen who isn't afraid to get in and help out in the offensive role. And he's one of those guys, and there's been a lot of talk about players not necessarily wanting to go to Edmonton or choosing to go to Edmonton, if you will. He was one of them that actually did. He signed as an unrestricted free agent by the Oilers to a 2-year entry-level deal. That was after Anaheim drafted him and failed to sign him. Anaheim drafted him in the second round in 2008.
Parise with a numbers advantage. Gets it to Fontaine. His shot blocked by Ference. Parise trying to settle it down in the corner. Petrie in the corner. Ference up the boards, but Parise intercepts for Minnesota. Parise puts on the brakes. Tried to go to Fontaine. That's taken away out front by Frazier. He's tied up by Fontaine, and Granlund has it for Minnesota. Granlund centering pass as Brodin was breaking for the net. Intercepted by Petrie. Purcell into the Minnesota zone. Dumba back for the Wild. Parise has it for Minnesota. Sends ahead to Granlund. And now Fontaine into the Edmonton zone. Winds and fires, and it's just wide. Scandella into the corner. Granlund bumped there. Marincin and Frazier defensively for Edmonton. Fontaine comes away with the puck. His centering pass hit the back of the net. And Purcell has it for Edmonton. Frazier carries forward for the Oilers. Got it to the Minnesota line. Dubnyk will set it up for Scandella behind the net. Marco Scandella tipped in by Schrader. Vanek moving in on the forecheck. Bumps Fane. Marincin's pass intercepted by Schrader. He got it to Coyle, but he couldn't get the shot away. Schrader ducks under a hit. Around to Suter. Suter back down low for Schrader. Schrader trying to spin away from Hendricks. Still with it. Vanek breaks for the net. Schrader goes to the point for Suter. Suter Back across for Brodin. Brodin shot. Tipped off front. Schrader a chance. Saved by Scrivens. Suter holds for Minnesota. Gives to Vanek. Vanek backdoor Schrader. And he tipped it just wide. Brodin for Minnesota. Gives to Suter. Crowd comes to life in St. Paul. Best forecheck of the night for the Wild. Suter's pass intercepted by Marincin to the line. Schrader kicked it back in. But now Hendricks clears for the Oilers. And this will be icing against Edmonton. And this sustained forecheck should give Minnesota a good chance here against a tired 5 for the Oilers.
This is where Schrader's energy style of game can really help the Minnesota Wild. He has been very visible in this game. As you mentioned, Erik Haula has been very visible. Both guys have that kind of speed that the Wild needs in this hockey game right now. Edmonton take a timeout for obvious reasons. They are gassed because the Wild basically held them in their own zone for a couple minutes and just continued to go to work. Great feed there. Vanek again trying to find someone on the back door. Just missed Haula a few shifts ago and almost hit Schrader on this one. And just good puck possession. This is what the Wild are more accustomed to, especially against the Oilers, where the team, they try to hem in their own zone and control the puck. Good sign for the Wild that they seem to have found a little bit of that magic.
All rights to the broadcast are reserved. Any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, telecommunication to the public, or other unauthorized use of the broadcast without the express written permission of the Minnesota Wild is prohibited. Mike Yeo will go with Koivu, Parise and Pominville up front. Dumba and Suter at the points. Just a minor line juggle here. Try to get his big guns out against a tired group for the Oilers. Hendricks will draw against Koivu. And yet another false start on the draw. Minnesota wins it. Suter gives it to Pominville. Pominville fires, saved by Scrivens. Rebound held by Dumba, but only for a moment. Poked out by Pouliot. Pouliot works his way in for Edmonton. His shot goes wide as the Oilers get a change. Suter catches up with the puck behind the net. Starts out for Minnesota. Across to Dumba. Dumba to Parise, who taps to Pominville. Tried to go across to Koivu, who was uncovered on the far wing. Suter in behind for Pominville. Pominville leaves it for Parise. Parise works his way up the boards, gives to Dumba, across to Suter. Suter escapes Klinkhammer, centers. Parise couldn't get the one-timer off. And the Oilers clear. It'll be icing against Edmonton.
The Oilers collapsing and back-checking hard on a lot of these plays. A lot of reach-ins right there as the Wild moved the puck around nicely, and Parise had what should have been a good opportunity right in the slot. But the good sign is that the Wild are forcing defensive situations by the Oilers. They have pressed pretty well here in the last few minutes. Mike Yeo comes out with a line that's been doing a lot of it.
Coyle has his shot blocked. Scrivens went down in the Edmonton crease. Fullen to Scandella, and now Vanek. Vanek's pass caught by Coyle, but as he tried to drop it to his stick, it was cleared back to neutral ice. Klefbom across to Schultz and back to Klefbom in his own zone. Watched by Vanek as he plays to an open wing, and it should be another icing call here against the Oilers.
Scrivens got mixed up a little bit, I think, with Vanek. You take a look at the right side as he kind of came across the pad of Scrivens. Scrivens went down. More like a balance got lost there by Vanek more than he was running the goaltender. Puck was exiting the zone.
Brodin's shot gets through, and it's held by Scrivens, and we get a whistle. Oilers leading the Wild, who are starting to pressure 2-1.
Just past the halfway point, Edmonton still leads 2-1 over the Wild. Marco Scandella, quite the mentor for young Matt Dumba. Talked to Dumba this morning in the locker room, and he said Scandella's been there for him every step of the way because Marco Scandella's walked down the road. He's traveling up and down, back and forth to the minors, trying to build that game and have the confidence here with the Wild that you have down in the minors. And Marco Scandella, according to Matt Dumba, has been instrumental in his progress on this most recent call-up. Similar players, offensive skills, and certainly great to have that teammate on your side.
Suter's shot here sails right through the crease, but wide. Brodin is there. And the Wild have relied so much on young defensemen over the last couple of years. Mike Yeo talked about the role Ryan Suter has played in all of their development. Another clear by Edmonton, and again we should have icing against the Oilers. That's 5 of them in about the last 5 minutes.
Well, Matt Dumba, and I remember talking to Dumba in training camp this year, and he said that when he went back last year to juniors, he didn't know if that was going to be a good thing for him, but my goodness, he then said, I realized that that was the best thing for me. I got to play big minutes. I got to play in key situations. It really was a big thing for me. And Mike Yeo said this morning that he felt the same way about Dumba going back to the American Hockey League in the middle of this season. Going back for 20 games, he again got to play in big situations, got to play big minutes, and was a key factor down there. So when he came up here, he's ready to get involved and be a professional hockey player at the NHL level. So sometimes a step back isn't necessarily a negative.
Pominville. Parise. Koivu across to Brodin. Brodin's shot was deflected. Pominville waits for it to come down. Holds the zone for Minnesota. Brodin into the corner. Parise. Pominville. Ferentz has lost his helmet on the play. Brodin holds the zone for the Wild. Petrie in behind the net. Pushes it up the boards. Koivu hustles over to hold. Puck got caught in the helmet of Ferentz for a moment. Now Roy with it. Out to the point, but Suter holds, and a deflected shot kicked out by Scrivens. Well, the Wild have had the puck in the offensive zone for about 6 minutes in a row here, and that's 6 icings over that stretch against the Oilers.
Well, this is how you chip away at a team. I mean, you're not going to always get instant dividends when you're pressuring a team. But the Wild are getting closer and closer, and pucks are starting to roll off of Scrivens a little bit in a situation where they might actually start going in the net or giving the Wild the second chance that they're looking for. But the pressure is what creates the opportunities, and consistent pressure will provide the Wild with the kind of opportunities that they can score on.
Wild control. Dumba takes the return pass, tried to center. It's deflected. Vanek settles it down, gives to Scandella. His shot didn't have much on it. Dumba holds his zone. Finally, the Oilers clear where it's not an icing, and they'll change as quickly as they can. Scandella starts it back for Minnesota, gives to Brodziak. Brodziak from center ice into the Edmonton zone. Granlund on it there for Minnesota. Schultz quickly out to Everly. And Nugent Hopkins sends Klefbom into the Minnesota zone. His shot didn't get much of that one. Dumba takes it away for Minnesota. Matt Dumba reaches neutral ice. His pass was tipped. Now Granlund into the zone, but Brodziak had drifted in early. Wild are whistled offside. Stadium Series outdoor game is coming to the state of hockey next season. Wild will host the Blackhawks at TCF Bank Stadium February 2016. Your best shot at tickets to the outdoor game is to purchase Wild season tickets for next season. You can do so by calling 651-222-WILD or check out tickets.wild.com for details. Brodin drives it in. Nugent Hopkins plays it across. Schrader hustling over was unable to hold the zone for Minnesota, and there's something new, icing against the Oilers.
Well, Wild want offense from as many sources as they can get. Brodin has 2 goals this year, but he has been unleashing on the puck here. He's had some good looks. The Wild getting some setups. That one almost finding its way, and then this one gets blocked. But the fact is that he's continuing to try it, and Brodin has a lot of elements to his game. We talk about how great his plus-minus is and the fact that he's very responsible in his own zone, but he's the kind of guy who has offensive gifts as well. With 8 goals last year, love to see him continue to have that mindset.
Schrader plays across for Niederreiter. Pouliot in for Edmonton. Mike Yeo shuffling his lines a little bit here. Some of that was after he had a couple of offensive zone draws. Klefbom fires it wide, but right here you have Coyle with Niederreiter and Schrader. Charlie Coyle has it for Minnesota. Coyle takes a long look, then turned it over, put it right on the stick of Hamilton. Hamilton works his way in, tried to drop it back for Hendricks. Schrader got a piece of that one. Out to center, Coyle sprawls, got it to Schrader. Schrader in, fires, and a save by Scrivens. Pakarinen comes back through neutral ice. Forced to the outside by Brodin. His shot knocked down by Dubnyk. He seemed handcuffed by that puck. Pakarinen has his shot blocked by Coyle. Marincin to Hamilton. Brodin plays it to the point. Marincin unable to hold. Charlie Coyle bangs with him, and then Parise able to play it out to neutral ice. Gordon plays it in behind. Too far for Klinkhammer. Fullen sneaks one by Petrie and all the way down. The Wild will change. Parise, Pominville, Koivu up front now for the Wild, as Ference has it for Edmonton. Klinkhammer plays it all the way down. Icing's waved off this time as Prosser had Gordon tied up at the blue line. Koivu catches up with a puck at center. Got it to Parise, who's in for Minnesota. Parise puts on the brakes. Back to Pominville for a drive. Parise to the point. Fullen winds, fires off the post. Prosser holds. Parise to Fullen, and he can't handle it. Has to come back out to neutral ice.
Fullen's well known, or was in college, for his heavy slap shot, and he gets that one through traffic and clanks the pipe. He's also backed up a couple guys blocking shots as they discover how heavy that shot is.
Koivu got it to Parise. Drops to Dumba for a shot. Steered aside by Scrivens. Pominville around the wall and out to Scandella. Back to Pominville. He lets it go by. Dumba will hold. Works his way into the corner. Spins away from Klefbom. Leaves it behind for Pominville. Koivu to Niederreiter. His shot hit Klefbom. Pominville to Koivu, and it hops by him and all the way down. Boy, the Wild have spent most of this second period in the offensive zone. So far, they have not been able to get anything by Scrivens. Dumba reaches center, got it to Fontaine, and then to Granlund. Granlund has his shot blocked by Marincin. Niederreiter to Fontaine. He's shoved up against the boards. Fontaine tried to get it back to Niederreiter. And the Oilers clear to center. Scrivens. Got it to Eberle. It just did get by Vanek. Eberle comes to center ice. Lost it in the Minnesota zone. Here's Thomas Vanek in alone for the Wild. Vanek saved by Scrivens.
That was almost a... Well, that was an interesting play to get that breakaway. The Oilers just forgot about Vanek, who curled up the ice, and forgot about the puck as well on that bank pass.
Suter sent him in, and Vanek with a lone breakaway is stopped by Scrivens. Now Coyle to Schrader. The Wild 3-on-3 into the Edmonton zone. Coyle puts on the brakes, gives it to Suter. Schrader tangled up with Petrie behind the net. Nugent Hopkins has it for Edmonton. And the Oilers clear to center. Suter goes back to pick it up for the Wild. 2.5 to go here in the second period. Brodin reaches center and plays it in. Scrivens to Petrie. And the Oilers attempt to break out. Howley got a piece of it. Nate Prosser turns it back quickly for Minnesota. Christian Fullen to Veilleux. Veilleux in for the Wild. His shot kicked out by Scrivens and out of play. Just over 2 to go in the second. Thomas Vanek on a lone breakaway nearly ties it for Minnesota.
2-1 Oilers, and great recognition here by Schrader. He recognizes, even though the Wild are 3-on-3 in that situation, the puck gets turned over right here, and he gets his stick in there and breaks up what could have been a good scoring chance, but that's not it. He stays with it and supports the puck all the way up ice and goes in on a 2-on-1 with Charlie Coyle. This one just missing the far post, but Schrader has been very active here in this hockey game. He has the assist on the Vanek goal for the Minnesota Wild, and he's also heavily responsible for a lot of the pressure that we've seen in this second period by the Wild.
To quantify that pressure, Mike, in the first period, the shot attempts were 19-11 for Edmonton. Here in the second period, 27-7 for Minnesota.
The Wild, and it doesn't always happen right away. Sometimes you're fortunate enough to create pressure and then immediately get scoring off of it. So far, the Wild have not been able to do that, but you look at the chances that they've been getting time after time. The Vanek opportunity certainly stands out. A couple of good step-ups by Wild defense to support and get shots on goal, so you got to keep whittling away at this one.
Suter pinned up against the boards by Puckarinen as he tried to exit the zone. Marincin pinches in for Edmonton. His shot attempt goes well wide. Fane holds. Hamilton takes a couple of whacks from Suter behind the net. Four-player tie-up along the end boards. Koivu pokes the puck to the corner. Nugent Hopkins is the first man there for Edmonton. Out to the point, Klefbom. His shot goes wide of the target. Schultz in behind. Brodin has Eberle pinned up against the wall, but Nugent Hopkins has it. Out to the point for Schultz. Gives to Eberle. Nugent Hopkins spins away from Parise. Into the circle for a shot. Saved by Dubnyk. And Suter starts it back. Pominville hits the Edmonton line. Waits for support. Flips to the corner for Parise. Parise leaves it behind for Koivu. Koivu taken down by Schultz. Eberle has it for the Oilers. Wild need a change with less than a minute to go. Schultz pressured by Schrader. Got it to Coyle. Into the corner, Vanek. Vanek to Schrader! And a save by Scrivens. Schrader goes back to Vanek, but that was broken up. Vanek winds and fires. It's wide of the target. This line has been really good for Minnesota tonight. Coyle, Schrader, Vanek. 22 seconds left. Schultz trying to tip it by Scandella. Coyle intercepts. Coyle to Vanek, but it was in his skates, and the Oilers have numbers the other way. Pouliot into the Minnesota zone. Coyle catches up with the play and disrupted it. How about Thomas Vanek coming back on the back check to get a stick on this shot attempt?
And how about Charlie Coyle as well? My goodness, they really hustled to get back into this play. Watch Charlie Coyle. He's on your left, and then Vanek, as you mentioned, busting down the middle. They had a 4-on-1. When it all came to play, they had nothing. Vanek was the one eventually who took the late guy. Charlie Coyle took the front man, and boy, they had numbers coming in, but they didn't at the end of the day.
And the horn sounds ending the second period that sees the Wild hold the puck most of the period, but neither team scored.
Well, Scrivens made a few good saves. Wild need to continue to pressure like that. The Oilers have not won a lot of games where teams have pressured them with this kind of urgency, and they'll need that in the third.
Busy night in the West as you check out our Window Concepts game reset. We'll have a look around the out-of-town scoreboard, update you on all the games in the National Hockey League, and Kevin Gorg will chat with Jordan Schrader. Wild trailing the Oilers 2-1 after 2. Edmonton as we get set to start the third period here at the XL Energy Center. Our Sanford Health Injury Report. The Wild moved Jared Spurgeon to the injured reserve list today. It's retroactive to February 18th. Mike Yeo said it's still possible he would accompany the team on the upcoming road trip. They were making room on the roster for a deal that Chuck Fletcher announced shortly thereafter.
You know, I think the emphasis for us was to find a proven guy with some playoff experience, a guy that's willing to compete, go to the net, pursue pucks, and Sean brings all those attributes.
Chuck Fletcher talking about a deal that was announced just before face-off tonight. Sean Bergenheim comes from Florida. The Wild also get a 7th-round pick. In exchange, they send a 3rd-round pick, not in this year's draft, but rather next year's.
Yeah, they used their 3rd round for this year for the man between the pipes. Pretty good trade.
Hasn't worked out too badly. 13-2-2 since he arrived. Talking about Devan Dubnyk, who covers this puck to get a whistle and a face-off coming in the Wild zone 20 seconds into the third.
It's interesting if you look back, you know, hindsight on the Dubnyk deal. What would you have given if you knew what he would have brought back to you? I mean, it's such a lopsided deal when you see what he's given this Wild team. See if they can find a couple goals here in the third for him.
With the benefit of hindsight, the better question would be, what wouldn't you give?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Matt Dumba carries to the Edmonton line. He's taken down by Nugent Hopkins. Minnesota had a 4-on-2 rush at the Oiler blue line. Zach Parise with Pominville. Tried to thread one through for Pominville. He's tied up in the corner. Barron shoves it up the wall, and Roy flips it out to neutral ice. Pakarinen lost it at the Minnesota line. Oils have to retouch, and Matt Dumba carries out. Cross to Scandella, and ahead for Vanek. Wild were down a goal just a couple of nights ago here on home ice to open the third period against Dallas. What followed was the biggest single period outburst in franchise history. They scored 6 times, 2 of them coming off the stick of Zach Parise, who over the last 2 years has scored 25 goals in the third period. Only Max Pacioretty has more over that stretch.
Well, he's a gamer. There's no question about that. His 2 goals bookended the 6th by the Wild in the third.
Got a knack for scoring goals in these kind of spots when the Wild need them desperately. Schrader along the boards for Minnesota. Gives it to Charlie Coyle. Coyle fights off a hit. Gives it to Vanek in the corner. Poked away by Petrie. Vanek pulled down on the play by Petrie. No penalty coming. Brodin goes back defensively for Minnesota. Hendricks first man there. To Klinkhammer, who's tied up along the wall. Dubnyk senses trouble and covers. That third period against Dallas, 6 goals for Minnesota, the biggest single period outburst in franchise history. They had 5 against San Jose way back in 2005, again coming in the third period. So think about that. In the history of the franchise, only once previously had they scored more than 4 in a period.
All necessity. They say it's a mother invention, but sometimes it's the mother of the goal scoring. And the Wild needed at least a couple there. They got great pressure, started early, and they just wore down a team that I think was probably already a little worn down.
Mike Yeo has swapped left wings on these 2 lines. We saw a little bit of this late in the second period. Parise skating with Pominville and Koivu. Niederreiter now with Fontaine and Granlund. Trying to get his offense ignited here against the Oilers. Pouliot's tied up by Niederreiter. Eberle shoved up against the boards by Folin. Pouliot, who has both Edmonton goals tonight, to Eberle, and out to the point Klefbom. Across for Schultz. Schultz has it knocked away by Granlund, and Granlund's able to play it up the boards and out to center. Eberle has it poked away by Granlund again at the Minnesota line. Then he's hit by Veilleux. Scandella fights off a hit, and we've got a penalty coming. It's going to be a slashing call here in retaliation for the hit, and Minnesota will get a power play chance.
Edmonton, number 14, 2 minutes slashing.
Everly had a frustrating shift. He was tied up by Granlund a couple of times along the wall, and then after Veilleux hit him, he retaliates with a slash.
Well, when the team that by rights you shouldn't beat is losing to you, and they pressured you hard all second period, you can't be taking penalties like that, and the Wild need to make the Oilers pay for this.
Suter to Koivu. Into the corner. Bannock centers, and Scrivens robs Pominville. The helmet is off of Scrivens, and that will draw an immediate whistle. What a brilliant scoring chance for Minnesota early on this power play.
Well, Pominville comes down, and it's a no-look pass. And this one comes right up and right in the mush. That's a save he'll make. Or at least he'll tell you that he would make every day if it means holding a goal out of the net. But that was a no-look pass by Vanek, and once again he sets up a beautiful play. Pominville darting in from that point really gave a good look here to Vanek.
Mike Yo's asking here why this faceoff comes outside the Edmonton zone. The whistle is supposed to blow as soon as a goaltender loses his mask.
And the puck was at the faceoff dot when that occurred.
Edmonton clearly had possession of the puck, but Yo is saying our guys all expect the whistle and stop moving. That's the only reason the player carried it. It's not our fault you waited till he was at center ice to blow the whistle. It'll be a neutral zone draw for Minnesota. 15 seconds into the power play. Second power play chance for Minnesota. Oilers get a clear, and the Wild will have to go 200 feet as Suter sets up behind his net. Ryan Suter ahead to Vanek, who opts to go back to Pominville. Now to Koivu, who's in with speed. Koivu works his way up the boards. Centered it. It's deflected. Scrivens down, and he will cover. 1:22 left in the power play. It'll be an offensive zone draw for the Wild.
Koivu tried to pinball this one off of even a defender. Played so strong, and from behind the net, yeah, you could argue he's trying to hit Pominville, but he knows there's bodies in front. Just looking for something to go back the other way. Scrivens followed that fairly well.
Koivu wins it cleanly. Suter gives to Vanek. Vanek to Koivu. Koivu to Parise, and he fanned on it. Clearing attempt held by Suter. Pominville. Koivu. Vanek setting up in the slot. Parise has it deflect off of his stick, but Pominville recovers. Suter. Vanek. Vanek. Pominville a one-timer, but he came up empty. Pominville to the point for Suter. Suter had to give away the blue line, and the Wild have to give away the offensive zone. 45 in the power play. Suter circles back in his own zone. Wild will maintain their first power play unit as Pominville dumps it in. Scrivens wants to play it. Parise wins a puck battle in the corner. Parise back to the point. Pominville. Pominville down low. Vanek settles. Koivu couldn't get a shot away. Vanek overskates the puck, and he picks the pocket of Purcell. Koivu. Pominville. Pominville centered, and Parise could not redirect. Koivu to Suter. Suter looking. Pominville in the corner. 10 in the power play. Vanek to Parise. He couldn't get a shot away. Now does. And it's held by Scrivens. Oh, the Wild just missing on so many opportunities on this power play.
Parise alone missed on two. A one-timer in the slot and one on the back door. And then he actually got a shot in this last sequence. Pominville saw two guys driving to the net, and he couldn't hit either one of them as the puck went by both Vanek and Parise. But the Wild did everything but score here. Parise tried to give Scrivens a little look away there as he had point men, but attempted the short side shot that Scrivens locked down.
Oilers back at full strength. Niederreiter Carries out of his own zone for Minnesota. Ahead to Granlund at center. Flips it into the Edmonton zone. Granlund in the corner. Double team. Plays it around to the far side. Matt Dumba in from the point to hold for Minnesota. Granlund has it behind the net. Tried to center, but it deflects off a defenseman and then the back of the net. Eberle's tied up. Wild hold the zone. Coyle, long shot looking for a tip. And it went just wide. Rebound Pouliot to Eberle, who comes to center. Jordan Eberle into the Minnesota zone. Knocked off the puck by Dumba. Scandella protects it against the end boards. Coyle's run down from behind by Pouliot.
Once again, Dumba very physical. He's really stepped his game up, and he's starting to really add the physical element. He was very physical in junior, but he's not the biggest player, so when you step up to the National Hockey League, you got to pick your spots better, and he has.
Puckarinen from the Minnesota line dumps it in. Dubnyk pushes it up the boards for Brodziak. Neatly taps to Haula, and the Wild come to center. 3-on-3 at the Edmonton line. Bayou lines, fires, and a blocker saved by Scrivens. That deflects up and into the netting. Wild pressuring, but the Oilers still leading 2-1. Our Toyota get caught up. Edmonton scored first in this game. Benoit Pouliot off the feed from Jordan Eberle. It was 1-0 Oilers. Minnesota answered. Thomas Vanek off the feed from Jordan Schrader. It was 1-1, but it didn't take the Oilers long, and Pouliot scores again. Edmonton answering the Minnesota goal just 32 seconds later. And that's where we stand. Nobody has scored since late in the first period. Oilers still on top 2-1 as we play the third. Schrader, after Brodin forced the turnover. Schrader fires and a save by Scrivens.
Boy, Schrader's speed is just so evident. He'll be shoulder to shoulder with a player, and then all of a sudden he's gone. Just has that extra gear that he kicks it into, and by doing so, he opens up lanes. He opens up shooting opportunities, and decided to take that one all alone. Just had Scrivens lock that one down as well.
Offensive zone draw for the Wild. Koivu between Parise and Pominville for Minnesota. Koivu wins the draw for the Wild. Brodin works his way down low. Spinning away from Nugent Hopkins. He goes to Pominville, quickly across to Suter. Suter looking for a tip. Koivu couldn't get the tip. Goes back to Suter. Pominville gloves and drops in the corner. Parise works his way off the end boards. Trades spots with Koivu. Gives to Pominville. Pominville across for Brodin. Back to Suter. His pass too hot to handle for Pominville. Koivu along the boards, trying to tip it past Klefbom. Parise centered. Pominville was there, but the pass was deflected. Pominville along the boards. Tried to go cross ice. It's tipped. Brodin with a drive right on. And a save by Scrivens.
Oh my. The Wild. This looked like a power play. They're moving the puck around, and Edmonton just doing everything they can to just try and play defense. Brodin has had this same shot so many times. This one hit Scrivens literally right in the crest, but he got rid of it in a hurry, and that's the Wild need to do, hoping for a rebound there.
6 shot attempts for Brodin tonight. He's been very active. Scandella has his shot blocked by Marincin, then fires again, and that's blocked. Dumba holds for the Wild. Vanek trying to get it to Scandella. Marincin got a piece of it. Scandella battles there. He finds Schrader up against the end boards. Schrader leaves it for Dumba. Dumba works his way down low. Scandella pinches in, cannot hold, and Hamilton comes to center for Edmonton. Hamilton dumps it in, tries to work around Schrader. Roy has it poked away in the corner. His pass then tipped by Vanek. Hamilton slammed into the glass by Scandella. Roy works his way along the half board. Pressured near the Minnesota line. Hamilton in the corner. Gives to Purcell. His shot right on. Saved by Dubnyk. And Scandella plays it out for Minnesota. Ferentz holds. Back to the corner, out of the reach of Roy, and Matt Dumba collects the puck in the corner for Minnesota. Quick reversal for Scandella, and then he finds Charlie Coyle. Coyle tried to work around a check. Hendricks back in the other way. Shot deflected. Out of play by Dumba. Support the boys and girls clubs of the Twin Cities at the 3rd annual Spring Thaw, Friday at 7 at Aboulay in St. Paul. Enjoy live music, a silent auction, and more. Log on to foxsportsnorth.com. Click on upcoming events on the Hot Topics bar for details. Long shot goes off the end boards. Niederreiter tips it out to center. Granlund there for Minnesota. His pass behind Brodziak at center. Brodziak plays it back to Folin and across to Prosser. Granlund tips to the Edmonton line. Niederreiter works his way in past Klinkhammer. Tied up by Klefbom. Gordon has it there and flips it out to neutral ice. Folin settles it down for the Wild. Got it back to Granlund. Granlund in for the Wild to Niederreiter, and he fanned on it. Niederreiter back to Granlund. Tried to leave it for Brodziak in the corner. Gordon flips it out of play. They say it goes off the glass, and there will be no penalty here.
Well, that linesman was staring right down that lane.
I think the referee has overruled him here, and there's going to be a penalty against Gordon. The linesman immediately slapped the glass.
He definitely was overruled because the linesman, as you said, indicated maybe it was a stick that hit the glass and not the puck. Oh man, that's kind of tough to tell. If it did, it was a glancing blow, but straight up into the stands, according to the referee, and the Wild have a big power play coming up. Ben Scrivens has 1 win on the road this year. He's 1-7-5. The Wild certainly do not want to give him his second.
Suter across to Pominville. Back to Suter. Suter fires, and it's off the end glass. Vanek's on it in the corner for Minnesota to Koivu, but the pass was in his skates. Suter holds. Suter fires. It was tipped by Hendricks, and Gordon, or Pouliot rather, will clear for Edmonton. Wild on their 3rd power play. Pominville to Parise, back to Koivu, and the Wild will gain the offensive zone. Pominville works his way down low. Off the end boards for Parise, and then to Vanek. Suter back to Vanek. Vanek, who has the only Wild goal, goes to Parise for a shot. Saved by Scrivens. Pominville holds. Back to Parise. Down low, Koivu. Koivu looking for a lane. Vanek then threw it to Pominville, but Pominville had broken down low. Suter works his way across, goes to Koivu, back to Suter. Suter shot. That was blocked and then cleared.
Well, if you're asking why Vanek made that quick little dish, it's because Scrivens is locking down that shooter very quickly. You wanted to try and have Scrivens come up on him and then just backdoor the puck, but there was nobody there.
Schrader gained the zone, but then dropped it back. Dumba and Niederreiter with a little miscommunication at the blue line. Schrader, Granlund, Niederreiter up front for Minnesota. Dumba races through neutral ice. Ahead to Schrader, and then across to Niederreiter. He fires, pad save Scrivens. Schrader up against the end boards. Goes to Dumba. Final seconds of the power play. Dumba across ice, and it was in the skates of Brodin. He couldn't get the shot away. Dumba hustles to grab the puck, but he could not hold the zone. Power play about to expire as Granlund works his way back in. Plays it into the corner. We're past the halfway point of the 3rd. Oilers are back at full strength and still leading 2-1. This will be icing against the Oilers.
The one good thing about the Wild right now is that they're playing desperate hockey. They've played it for over a period now. So they're getting the kind of zone time they want. Look at this line rush here, led by Matt Dumba. He has got the Jets on in this game. Has done a lot of good things with the puck. The Wild continue to set plays up. 27-17 on the shots now.
Wild start back with Christian Folin. Coyle pressuring. Scrivens plays it up the boards. Brodziak takes it away. His shot got through. Scandella fires. Saved by Scrivens. Fontaine out to the point for Folin. Folin takes a look. Takes a return pass. Fires, and it's tipped just wide. Coyle has Roy pinned up against the boards. Folin holds his own. Fontaine back down low. Coyle and Roy tangled up there. Marincin could not clear. Charlie Coyle with a physical play. Around behind to Scandella. Fontaine drops it back to Scandella. Folin shot deflects up and out of play. And we get a whistle. 2-1 Edmonton.
Down 2-1 to the Oilers right now. Jordan Schrader. He's our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. He has been delivering a lot of speed and a lot of opportunities in this game. Has the assist on the lone Wild goal. And has had some very good looks himself. Separated himself from Oiler defenders with his speed. Wilder hoping that someone can play off of that or find Schrader himself, for another Wild score. They desperately need one.
Zone held, but now Gordon has it for Edmonton. To the Minnesota line. Suter turns it back, and his pass just too far for Pominville. Koivu pressuring Petrie along the boards. Koivu plays to the corner. Hendricks is there for Edmonton. He's knocked off the puck by Parise. Koivu joins the fight for Minnesota. Pominville tried to get one out to the point. Now he does. Brodin across to Suter. Suter fires, saved by Scrivens. And he hangs on with Parise knocked to the ice in front of him. Wild continuing to dominate possession. Take a look at the shot attempts by period and how it has gone into Minnesota's favor more and more as the night has progressed.
Definitely have worked the offensive zone in a better part of 2 periods now, or period and a half. Zach Parise just missing on the deflection there on another shot that Scrivens does not give up a rebound on.
Matt Dumba hustles back for Minnesota. Plays to Vanek. Vanek protects the puck along the boards as Roy pressures for Edmonton. Dumba up the board. Schrader was tied up. Charlie Coyle sweeps it ahead. Vanek has it knocked back into the Minnesota zone as Fane got there before he did. Puckarinen pressuring for Edmonton. Vanek deflects it out to center. But the Oilers play it back in. 6.5 to go. And the Wild still looking for the tying goal. Edmonton has led by a goal twice in this game. Pouliot with both of their goals. Vanek with the only goal for Minnesota. Suter sidesteps one man. Fires looking for a tip. Schrader a shot. And a save or a block right out in front. Folin fires and that was deflected wide. Vanek to Coyle. And he whiffed on the one-timer.
More pucks going off the heels of Wild sticks in this period. My goodness, the tying goal on a couple of sticks.
Preview of Wild Live next.
I'm Jamie Hirsch back in downtown St. Paul as the Wild continue to look for some third period heroics yet again here tonight. We'll break this game down on Wild Live presented by CenturyLink following the game. We'll also talk about the third line providing a spark like we just saw in that last shift. We'll get some player reaction and hear from head coach Mike Yeo all after the game on Wild Live. Anthony and Mike.
Well, it's been a busy night in the West as well, Jamie. We'll update you on the playoff race in the Western Conference. Calgary has lost tonight. Vancouver has won. Winnipeg leading Dallas in a game between 2 contending teams. San Jose idle tonight. Fontaine fires it in, and Scrivens can't find it. It's loose, but a whistle. Scrivens did not appear to know where the puck was, but it looked like it was underneath him.
Well, he was doing a barrel roll, and it almost rolled right into the net. It wobbled in between his pads and dropped down. And in his attempt to try and get this covered up, watch this puck dip, and somehow it squirts down into the pads, and you see him quickly react. See if it squirts into the net. The referee did blow the whistle, but yeah, there it sat loose, and the whistle had already gone. That's the first time, I think, in this game, really, that we've seen the puck kind of fool Scrivens. He's been very secure in the way he's stopped pucks in this game, and the Wild have had plenty of great opportunities, and that one, he just kind of fumbled a little bit.
Koivu against Gordon on the draw, and Koivu barking after he's removed from the circle. Pominville wins the draw for Minnesota. Brodin sidesteps Hendricks. Working the wall for Minnesota. Plays down low. Marincin got there before Parisi. Koivu tried to go back in for Parisi. Suter in from the point to hold for Minnesota. Parisi tried to go back to the point, but it's intercepted by Klinkhammer, and Klinkhammer lugs it out to center. Flips it into the Wild zone. Hendricks and Brodin collide there. Suter along the end boards for the Wild. Finds a way to get it around to Pominville. His pass. Handled briefly by Koivu. Now Koivu at center. Tips it in. Pominville works his way into the zone. Is dropped for Parisi. Was tipped, but Parisi has it anyway. Parisi into the corner for Koivu. Roy got a piece of it. Purcell has it knocked away by Scandella, and then bounced out to center ice. Inside 5 minutes to go as Christian Folin goes back to pick it up for the Wild. Scandella cross ice for Schrader. Schrader to Granlund. Granlund finds Vanek. Vanek in the corner fires one off the side of the post. Vanek tried to get it to Schrader, but that was tipped and then intercepted by Purcell, who flips it out to center ice. Folin there for Minnesota. Spins away from Purcell. Schrader's pass, hit a stick, got it back, and gets it to Scandella. Vanek drops it back for Folin. Folin shot, kicked off, Schrader on the rebound, and he put it just wide. Vanek in the corner, bumped off the puck, and the Oilers come to center with Pouliot. Pouliot has Everly breaking for the net, fires right into the midsection of Dubnyk. Exactly 4 minutes left here tonight. Our Bud Light What's on Tap. Wild are on the road Thursday against the best team in the National Hockey League, the Nashville Predators. Then they go to Colorado before facing Ottawa back here at home.
Well, why is this game so crucial? Well, for so many reasons, but clearly because you're coming up on road games and against some good competition. Schrader once again had that tying goal on his stick, and it looked like it just did not get through cleanly, and the Oilers just clogging things up around the front of their net.
Time winding down on the Wild. This game has had a matter of time feel to it for the last 2 periods, but that time is down inside 4 minutes.
Yeah, the clock's your enemy now, and again, the Wild pressuring and pressuring, but they need to find something in behind a Scrivens.
Niederreiter. And now Coyle behind the net. Coyle pulled down in the corner. Fans want a call, but nothing coming. Bronziak and Coyle battling along the end boards. Coyle plays it behind the net. Marincin's the only one there, and his clearing attempt gets by Dumba and back into Wild territory. Edmonton changing. Suter starts it back for Minnesota. His pass was not tipped by Coyle, so it'll be icing against the Wild.
Joe's been rolling some of the similar suspects here for the last few shifts. Pretty sure you'll see the likes of Parisi and Schrader again, who has had some glorious opportunities.
Suter for Minnesota, hit by Roy. Suter maintains the puck. His pass at center Turned back in by Purcell. Now the Wild will change as Suter gets it ahead for Pominville. He's tied up by Ferentz. Got the puck into the corner. Suter out to the point. Intercepted by Purcell, who floats it out to neutral ice. Brodin back for Minnesota. Parisi relays it in. Ferentz hit by Pominville. Folin holds his own. Across to Brodin. Brodin's shot was deflected and winds up floating over the top of the net. Pouliot sends it high in the air and out to center ice. Brodin back to pick it up for Minnesota. Folin sends it ahead. The Wild are right back in. Mikko Koivu winds, fires, and it's high and wide. Oilers start back with Eberle. Pouliot into the Minnesota zone. Forced to the outside by Folin. Left it there for Eberle. Eberle cross ice. Fane waits for the carom and fires. A pad save by Dubnyk. And a tricky one with 2:08 remaining.
A lot of puck flipping out of the zone by Edmonton, just trying to alleviate the pressure that the Wild have pressed so hard in the last two periods and getting things at the net. This one deflects downward, and Dubnyk had to be very careful as that one wobbled around. But
Granlund against Gordon. Gordon wins the draw. Hendricks forced to the outside by Granlund. Works his way free for a shot, but it's well wide. Schultz holds his own. Klinkhammer plays it in behind. Scandella tried to play it up the boards. Klinkhammer back in for Hendricks. Oilers just trying to keep the clock rolling with the puck in the Wild zone, and Klinkhammer's the first one on it. He's tied up by Granlund along the boards. Wild hoping for possession so they can get Dubnyk off for an extra skater. Scandella carries to center. Dubnyk starts inching toward the bench, and we get a whistle as the Wild are offside. Minute 32 remaining, and Yo shouting instructions for Dubnyk. As soon as this puck gets into Edmonton territory, I'd imagine Dubnyk will head off. He starts out between the circles.
well, this is the kind of desperation situation Mike Yo wanted to avoid, but they're in it, and they need a huge goal here by somebody.
Right off the draw, the puck's all the way back in Wild territory. Suter to Brodin. And the Wild start out. Brodin tied up by Roy. Got the puck in. Dubnyk's off. Extra skater for the Wild. Here's Roy coming out for Edmonton to Purcell, who fires at the empty net. And it's deflected wide by Brodin. Extra skater for Minnesota. Koivu got it to the line. Marinchin's shot blocked. Fane has it at center. Fires wide of the empty net as well. Pominville back to pick it up for Minnesota. Roy fires. That goes off the end glass. Inside a minute as Parisi at neutral ice. Sent it ahead. Pominville was in offside. 46-8 remaining.
Oilers pressuring very hard up ice with that empty net. But at this point, the Wild will just elect likely to keep Dubnyk on the bench. Wild take their timeout.
Minnesota takes its timeout.
Timeout for Mike Yo. Todd Nelson shouting instructions on the Edmonton bench. Very different effort tonight from the Oilers than what we saw up in Edmonton on the end of the last road trip.
You know, they were coming off of an emotional high, if you want to call it that. I believe it was a 12-round shootout win over Boston before they faced the Wild. And they'd also played a lot of hockey in a short amount of time, so maybe fatigue a factor for them, but certainly no fatigue on their part in this one.
That night, their GM Craig McTavish told me after the game he was disappointed in his team's effort. That effort has been significantly improved here tonight. The only game they played in between those two games was Anaheim, and they gave the Ducks a run for their money the night after the Wild were in Edmonton. Lost that game by a goal. Wild win the draw. Pominville, Parisi, Koivu, Vanek up front. Suter and Dumba on the back end for Minnesota. Empty net for the Wild. Vanek to Koivu. Suter to Dumba. Dumba, long shot, broken up by Marincin. He and Parise battle. Parise took a stick up high. Marincin has him pinned up against the boards. Parise takes exception, trying to get the puck back for Minnesota. Pouliot with it for Edmonton. Flips it up in the air and out. 10 seconds left as Suter goes back to play it for Minnesota. Suter to Pominville. Pominville tried to sneak one through for Dumba. Parise centers. It goes off of Nugent Hopkins and the horn sounds. And the Oilers hang on to beat the Wild here in St. Paul by a final score of 2-1.
Worst fears realized here, and you know that the Wild coaching staff wanted to protect against any kind of letdown facing the last place team in the West. But it's exactly what has happened here. Tempstar star of the game, Benoit Pouliot, a Wild draft pick years ago, leads the Oilers in a 2-goal game here for him. Is what paced the Oilers in the 2-1 win.
Only the third regulation loss in the last 18 for the Wild, Jamie, but the Wild come up empty, 2-1.
Thank you, Anthony and Mike. And the home winning streak for Minnesota comes to an end at 6. We'll break this game down next on Wild Live, presented by CenturyLink. Wes Walz is here to explain what happened and take a look at the third line